Well, I started, the number of years, it's begun to sort of pile up over time. But I started, I'm going to say back 2006, 2007 is when I first developed an interest in cybersecurity. And it came as a result of a breach that the company that I was working for had, and they needed people available to help respond to the breach, do all sorts of different aspects to that response. And I was engaged in that, and I fell in love immediately. I thought, I was a developer, and I still am a developer to some extent. And at the time, I remember thinking, I've got so many applications that are out there that are potentially vulnerable, or as I learned more, realized that were actually definitely vulnerable, and that I needed to know more about how to secure them and how to improve the security posture for my organization. So it started off with a data breach, and from there moved on into just a deeper interest in security in general. I started, as far as certifications, I started with the CISSP, and while that was helpful, I wanted to have more deeper sort of hands-on experience, so that's why I moved to the CIEH. The main thing that caught my attention about the CIEH was the breadth of material that's covered. From cloud security to desktop security to obviously your standard on-prem server security, all of that just being, available in one sort of package where I could explore and learn and then test myself, with the exam in seeking the certification. That's what drew me to the CIEH. And that's what makes it, to me, one of the more attractive certifications. Certainly there are many security certifications, but CIEH is definitely attractive to me because of the breadth of the material that's covered. Well, it has given me the opportunity to do more exploration. Like I said, I started from a background as a developer, and mainly web development. And so, those apps are just open to the world. And I wanted to be able, as I mentioned earlier, to secure my own applications. But furthermore, I wanted to be able to help others secure their applications. So that breadth of knowledge, that information that's been provided and that I've managed to acquire over the years has helped me help others. And that's been the most important part of the journey for me, is that I've been able to teach classes. We developed a curriculum with several of my colleagues. We developed curriculum to teach information security and specifically application security to our fellow colleagues. And, that was several years ago. And still people come up to me and thank me for what they learned in securing their apps. In particular, I worked in a language called PHP, which at the time did not have a lot of material available for security. And so we were able to develop specific curriculum that helped others. And I really appreciate having been able to do that for others and continuing to be able to do that. Currently, I do some pen testing. I guess you'd call it white hat testing right now. And I really enjoy doing that and want to continue on with that as part of my journey. Well, I think it's fairly well recognized in the industry. My organization is still learning about really the vast array of certifications that are available, from SANS to ISC squared to obviously to EC Council. And so I have several colleagues who have also taken the opportunity to take the exam and get the certification. So we're starting to grow that in the organization. And I appreciate the opportunity that my organization's given me to have that exposure and that experience to many certifications. So, but the CIEH, like I said earlier, that breadth, the desktop support, the server level information, the cloud information. It's just been invaluable in helping me help others with their products and their work throughout the organization. I'm currently in the process of switching positions. So yes, the CIEH I think has been beneficial in helping me move forward in my career. And I really appreciate that having that credential has been helpful for me. So we'll see if that comes with more money, but it definitely has opened up some doors for me, and I appreciate that very much. It's impacted me by increasing my knowledge about that breadth of skills and content that are necessary to be a pen tester, necessary to be, whether it's black hat or white hat or red team or blue team, however your organization approaches it. The fact that you get so much information from this one certification has been just astounding. So I really appreciate that about the certification. It's impacted me in terms of my thinking, in terms of the way that I've been able to integrate various concepts to develop new ideas and new avenues, new ways of approaching things, ways that I hadn't considered approaching them before. So those are some of the ways in which it's had a major impact on me. Absolutely, the CIEH has definitely helped me get back to the cybersecurity community. It has helped me work with my colleagues who are, many of whom are developers, some of whom are working on just developing proprietary code, some of whom are working with APIs, some of whom are working with desktop endpoint management tools. So it's helped me give back to them for sure, and help me improve the security posture at my current organization. It also has been helpful when I continue to go out into the community. For example, I'm a member of the Open Web Application Security Project, and I like to contribute to that organization as well as often as possible in my local chapter. And so it's been helpful there as well. It's even been helpful in a more personal way, contributing to the knowledge of people who I guess one might say are less technical, but perhaps need the support more than others because they are less technical. So I've been able to use the CIEH and the information and the knowledge, the skills that I learned in prepping for and taking the exam. I've been able to use that in multiple ways to help others. And I look forward to continuing to do that, especially in the cybersecurity community. My favorite part was probably the studying, because there was just so much to learn and to try to inculcate and integrate into my daily work and personal life, because there's just so much material. And I like being able to go back and forth between the different topics and test myself, make sure that I understood one versus the other and how they either compared to one another or how they integrated with one another, and so on and so forth. So that probably was my favorite part, was the actual just the studying and getting that information in my head. But I also liked the hands-on, the opportunity to take that information, and with labs that I'd set up, or older hardware or VMs, or some combination thereof that I'd set up, to actually be able to do tests and to attempt to test and hack or breach various servers or desktops. So it was just the learning, the amount of material was just amazing, and I really, really appreciated that very much. Yes, I can attribute some of my success absolutely to EC Council, and to CIEH specifically, but EC Council in general was very supportive. The materials, of course, were very engaging, and there were so many pages upon pages upon pages of those PDFs to go through. So EC Council providing that information and providing it in a way that was both, where they were able to maintain security over the information, and also enable me to be able to view it on multiple machines as I needed to, or to be able to interact with EC Council when I needed support. And I really appreciated that. The web interface is very intuitive and easy to use. So I'd like to tip my hat to the developers and the user interface experts who put that information together. And of course, to the general support group for answering my questions as I was going through the process. That made it a lot easier to know that there was someone there who, for lack of a better phrase, who had my back in helping me explore the material and learn the material and get to that point where I could finally take the certification and get the certification.